In the first games, they put a target on Katniss's back, and in the second games, both Peeta and Katniss received 12s, and it put a target on both of their backs. And that was exactly what the game makers wanted to happen. What the games have always been founded on is entertainment value. And they knew from the outset that Katniss was going to be one to watch. She was from an outlying district and she had volunteered for her sister, and she was seemingly stronger than previous tributes from District 12 had been. And even with all of that, the game makers might have brushed her off. But it was her actions in the judging session where she fired an arrow at the apple that really made Seneca Crane look at her and go, that is someone who's going to be very entertaining to watch. We need to make sure that she is a key player in the games. And essentially, that is why he put the target on her back, so that the careers would want to take her out first. And this meant that people going into watching the games knew that there was going to be a very interesting hunt and a different dynamic from what they had seen before. Part of Haymitch's strategy with training Peeta and Katniss was for them to not show their strengths in training, so that the other tributes didn't know what they were capable of. But Katniss getting an 11 out of 12 made the careers immediately know that this person was a great threat to them and had some sort of skill that was so impressive to the game makers that she got a higher score than really had ever been seen before. And I do think that this is partly why Peeta then decided to get Katniss sponsors and get her help by confessing his love for her. I think that a part of him knew that Katniss getting a high score would make her a target, and so she'd need more help. Maybe I'm giving Peeta too much credit. I highly doubt it. He's amazing. I think the only good thing that came out of Katniss getting a high score in the first games was that it gained her outside support from Capital citizens who were going to be spending money to get her sponsors. And Katniss was a highly sponsored tribute in these games. She received like 4 or 5 packages from the Capitol members, and she also received bread from District 11. It put a target on her back so the careers would hunt her to up the entertainment value. But it also allowed her to become essentially the star of the show, gaining more sponsors and more support throughout the games. So there is a good element to getting the high score, but I do think that most people would have preferred to not have the target on their backs. I mean, just look at Joanna Mason and how she won her games.